So Legally Blonde is getting a prequel show on Amazon Prime called Elle, which by the way, I'm gonna review that show and I'm gonna review Legally Blonde 1 and 2. Um, but it's a little weird that they're doing the prequel show because they did show us a clip of the movie at the 25th anniversary screening that I went to, which I'm shooting this after went to that, even though this video will come out like probably like like 3 weeks after I did that. They showed us a clip of that, and you're like, okay, this show, the actress who plays Elwood's, uh, Reese Witherspoon's character, is really good in the role, but it is kind of funny because you're like, wait, if she's not in law school, it's no longer Legally Blonde, it's just blonde. I don't know. But I want to review these movies and talk about them, especially after going to this 25th anniversary screening of this movie because you know I've been unfair to these movies for a little bit. What I mean by that is these are movies that came out like the first one came out either the same year or right before I was born. It wasn't like 2002. Came out a little bit after 9/11, right? I was born in 2003, so either it was about the right time. I didn't really watch these movies. And then I watched them after they were already kind of considered the classics. At least the first one was. Second one, I don't really remember that well, so we'll see. But I've kind of always just dismissed them as just those kind of like girl movies, even though, I'm a lady myself. So I like chick flicks. I like more femme movies too. But I don't know. I just never been something that really appealed to me. And I don't know, something about seeing it in the theater and it being presented to me really made me click with it because this movie starts with Reese Witherspoon's character, not Reese Witherspoon's character, Reese, Reese Witherspoon. Sorry, I'm trying to speak. Talking about the impact of this movie 25 years later, where she literally um she literally has people naming their children after her character in this movie because her character embodies someone who is free spirited and able to do whatever she wants as long as she puts her mind to it. And I thought that was really powerful. And watching the movie through that point of view really made me realize this isn't just a silly, uh, you know, movie for women. And there's nothing wrong with that. That wasn't me trying to demean it, but it's actually like a really great movie that's actually very meaningful because you have this person, L, who she's a beautiful, rich blonde girl, very attractive, but she's also hyper feminine, and she speaks her mind, and she can be a little clueless sometimes, but for the most part, she's very intelligent. And so, while she starts trying to change who she is and get into law school to um, be this person that people try to be the opposite of what people expect her to be, she kind of through that struggles realizes who she is and what she's good at. And I thought that was really beautiful because movie is a very pro feminism movie, and it's a very funny movie. It's all the actors are very charming in this movie, and they make for such a charming movie. The costume designs are great because Elle has so many great like outfits throughout the movie, and they had to be also uniquely designed too because she's going to law school, so she has to wear stuff that's more like serious looking and things like that. It's a very powerful movie that honestly I love this movie. And that's not something I would really say before. I kind of just watched this movie for the first time in the background. I wish I had really paid more attention to it and really realized what this movie was and what it was giving me. Because this is an awesome movie. And I don't care if you're a girl or a guy, if you can't realize this movie's special, you're kind of missing out. This is an awesome movie that is just so wonderful and so meaningful, and honestly meant a lot to me as someone who, you know, liked this character in this movie. Kind of fit, and people try to fit me into boxes, and I don't really. I push back against that. I'm always trying to push the other direction, especially being trans. Something I have to deal with. Um, so I thought this movie was meaningful to me in that way, and I thought the movie was just a wonderful movie. So let me know your thoughts. Like, share, and subscribe. And yeah, I will say, seeing it on the big screen was awesome. You know, made me realize, as much as we talk about like big spectacle movies on the big screen, even just little movies like this are just so much better seeing it on the big screen. If you have the ability to go see this on the big screen, do it. Fortunately, it's not showing anymore on the big screen. Because again, this was like, I'm recording this at the end of May. By the time this comes out, it'll be like the third or fourth week of June. So, let me hear your thoughts.